Hi guys, here's my post-match reaction to the Italy versus Scotland game. Final score, Italy 0, Scotland 17. And I'm happy enough Scotland won the game. Watching the match, don't think there was any danger we were going to lose. It's lucky for us that Italy are really, really bad because even though we won that game fairly comfortably in the end, there's so much wrong with our team right now. I'll start with the positives. I think we defended well. To be fair to Steve Tandy, since he's come in as defence coach, the defence does look a lot tighter, a lot more together and a lot better. And also, I thought our breakdown work was excellent. Our back row were brilliant today, of Watson, Ritchie and Bradbury for the most part. Yeah, still, and up front, I think we dominated Italy for the most part as well, and that's really where the game was won and lost for me, was up front. Even though it was a game with so many errors and so much loose plays, so much bad decisions, so much slow ball, it was. I can understand if you're a neutral being bored to shit by that. I mean, I won't blame you if you think that was a boring game. I mean, I'm happy enough as a Scot because we won it. Disappointed we didn't get the bonus point, but I didn't think we were quite good enough to get there, to be honest. But we got the job done, kept Italy to 0, so happy enough with that. Just going to go through the game now. First try. It was after we dominated the opening phases of play. Adam Hastings missed a terribly bad penalty, but we got the try in the end from broken play. Stuart Hogg spotted a mini gap, went through the gap past two Italian tacklers, went round, used his footstep and his pace and went over and scored in the corner. Brilliant try, probably the only highlight of the first half, to be honest. And Scotland led 5-0 at half time, albeit Italy did looked like they had a chance of coming into the half towards the end, and they were starting to get a bit of momentum. Tommy Allen missed a fairly routine penalty himself. Wasn't a good day for the kickers on the whole. And so 5-0 at half time. After that, Scotland, early on, we had a set play in their 22. We went through the phases. It was something like 20 phases we went through, and then Chris Harris went over and scored. Happy we scored the try because I was at the point where it was like, can we just use it? Because we were just going through so many phases and being so wasteful. And in the end, it went wide. Chris Harris scored after we created the gap out wide. So happy enough with that. And then it just got really turgid for pretty much the rest of the game. But at the end, Adam Hastings exploited tired Italian defence. There was no one at home on the blind side as we scooped the ball out of the breakdown. Adam Hastings with an easy running under the posts and scored the try, converted it himself, and then it finished 17-0. So overall, the positives I've said, the negatives, still a lot to work on with the speed of ball we presented the breakdown. We got away with it more today because it was Italy, but it's still slow, and we are needing Finn Russell back so badly, honest to God, because Adam Hastings, he worked hard today, good defensively, but on the whole, as a controlling number 10, not good enough for this level. Sad to say. He just so often gets himself into situations where he's standing too deep or he's getting the ball too slow. He's giving it to the first receiver too slow, or he goes off into little mazy runs and ends up going down blind alleys or getting driven backwards. And he looks a bit uncertain of what he's trying to do sometimes. He's just not controlling or looking at what's around him often. He's just seeing, okay, here's an opportunity. I'm going to go, I'm going to maybe go for it if I've got a chance. But on the whole, if he wants to overtake Finn Russell as our first choice 10 long term, he's got to get better. I mean, Finn Russell, I don't think he's going to be back the rest of the Six Nations, but just judge, he was the little spark I think we missed in our play for most of the game. I thought at 9 as well, I thought Ali Price was too inconsistent and too slow too often. I thought George Horn added a wee bit more spark when he came on. He looks, I think he's got a faster delivery than Price does, but even he at times was being a bit slower than he's capable of, I think. But Hamish Watson, like I said, deserving man of the match. At the breakdown, that was one of our better things, like say, because we were all over the Italians at the breakdown, technically and physically. Watson and Ritchie both had excellent games. Bradbury had a very good game too. And at the set pieces, for the most part, we were a lot better than we were against England and Ireland, especially at the lineouts. At the scrums, we had the slight upper hand on Italy as well. And Yeah, but going forwards, a lot to improve on this team. I mean, I think we look like we're enjoying the dirty stuff at the breakdowns and that pretty well so far, and that's a positive thing to take. But still, the big things are control at halfbacks, accuracy, and discipline. And when I say discipline, I mean making sure you're taking your chances. Like when you make a breakthrough, if you're in a situation where you've got a 50-50 call of whether you quickly offload it or take the tackle, I'd say if you're unsure, you take the tackle because the supporting player is arriving for the most part, and you're, I think, 7 or 8 times out of 10 going to secure the ball then, more than if you offload very quickly and hastily, like what happened a couple of times. And also just concentration as well, making sure you're doing the basics at the base of the ruck, picking the ball up, focus on picking the ball up and then taking it in. There were times we let ourselves down badly today, and again, just with the back line, more control, more leadership, more, just ability to, create space and do things. I think Adam Hastings is not quite up to it yet at this level, and I think he's still got a lot of learning to do. I mean, I want to see Finn Russell back, but I don't see it happening the rest of the championship, so we're just going to have to do with Adam Hastings just now. But, I mean, like I say, happy with the results. Not a great game of rugby. Thank you for listening to what I've had to say, guys. Much appreciated. I'm sorry I didn't get any previews out. I've been pretty lazy the past week, but I've done this post-match review. I'll do one for the Wales-France game later. Thanks for listening, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you later on.